Hey everybody, how you doing today? Superfiend here, and welcome back to another episode of Planet Coaster Whacky World. So, last time we kind of built this this monstrosity here. It is a bit of a monstrosity, and I'm really not sure about this end portion. I do like it, and I think we're going to mostly keep it. It's just flying through here. I kind of feel like maybe we need to do something down in here. I don't know. And I am also noticing that the track here is kind of slanted. It kind of tilts. It's got a slight angle to it. So I think I want to straighten that out. And I also think I want to go through here and kind of smooth some of these sections. Now I think up to right about here. Let's see if we edit this thing. Probably from here, somewhere around here, moving forward. This is probably going to be the overall layout of the Stingray coaster. It's too tricky to try to change or do anything with this terrain and stuff down here. It's too hard. So I kind of think it's just going to drop down and be this tunnel. Now, what I'd like to do really quick, I say really quick, I don't know if it'll be really quick, is I want to make a couple changes to this. And okay, I'm just looking at the overall curvature of the loop. They're turning to their left, and this little slant is to the left. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to delete that whole section, right? And I'd like to, I think, no, I want to select that piece right there. Boom! Big explosion. All right. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's straighten it out. Let's lift. Okay, very hard to work on the coasters in these in tunnels like this. Okay, let's see. Let's see. And I suppose we could turn the auto tunnel off. Or, you know, we could just make all these adjustments and then go back in and shrink the tunnel down if we want. Okay, that's what we'll do if we need to. We'll just shrink the tunnel back down if we need to. If we need to. Okay. Ooh, it does not want to connect to that thing over here. Okay, there's our autocomplete button. Terrible! Terrible! Oh my goodness. It's horrible. Okay. Where's our little arrow? There it is. Okay, did I get the whole thing? It did. So we're gonna want to smooth this out, right? Oh no. Okay, so let's undo and undo, and then we'll just start from this side. Okay, we'll start from this side. And there's got to be a size here where we can work with this thing, right? There's got to be. I mean, it was here before, right? We just do that. And let's see. No, I don't think we want to. Why does it have this weird bump? Okay, you know what? We're gonna shrink it all the way down. Okay. And then now let's select this side. What's wrong with this side? What's wrong with that? Let's try auto tunnel. Man, I tell you. Oh, okay. It must be because the scenery collision is on and I had auto tunnel off. That must be why. It didn't like that side. Okay, so now we'll do that. And no, let's not burrow our way into the ground here. Okay, so we're just going to kind of abuse this little 4M trick. Okay, there. Now, when we try to smooth, maybe we'll get... Okay, I think we need to go into the game options. And we need to disable all the collision for a few minutes. Okay. Yeah, see, now it's letting us. Okay. And so what's this look like now? That looks okay to me. That looks okay. We want to watch it, though, to make sure that it's got clearance. So let's come over here. Is it still running or no? Where is it? What's it doing? Okay, here it comes. You know, that looked okay. Looked all right to me. Looked all right. And now I want to come over and I want to kind of smooth this stuff out a little bit. Let's go ahead and... Actually, no. I was going to turn the... turn all the collision and everything back on, but I want to wait until I smooth this portion of the track and just see what happens. Okay. Now, this one we probably do need to fix. And by fix, I mean adjust the terrain a little bit. Oh, wow. So this is becoming, it's becoming tighter of a turn. It's becoming more like a dive. I like it. Okay. And let's go ahead. Let's hop on it real quick just to see what it looks like as we go through there. Yeah, it's a little not so smooth at the end, huh? So we'll zoom in here. It's a little bumpy over in here. Yeah, okay. Look at these nasty little bumps. So let's there. I think that got rid of them by selecting the whole thing. I think that got rid of them. Okay. Now inside of here, let's go to our terrain and push and like a 4-meter brush and pretty low intensity. And I just kind of want to expand around this tunnel a little bit. And I'm doing it by clicking the mouse instead of holding the mouse down. Because what I don't want to happen is if we break through into the water, I want to be able to control Z or undo in discrete increments. So I kind of want to just push this thing away. And the other thing I want to do too by pushing it away is that will give us a little bit of room to go in and make this rough with the roughen tool. Because it's a little smooth. I think I'd prefer if it was a little bit more jagged. Because this smooth pass here, this smooth straight shot through the tunnel, it's not very exciting. I feel like we need to add some elements in here to make it seem a little bit more dangerous. Okay, now this is the part where we might accidentally push our way into the water. Okay, let's see. Now, I think over here we're more underneath the paths and closer to the bridge, the little drawbridge. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to increase the brush size and the intensity a little bit while I push it down here. And this will widen up the floor. And again, we got to be a little bit careful at the back here. At the back being closer to the camera in this instance. Okay, now let's see. Now, where is that at? Okay. Ah! Okay. See, that's what we gotta be careful of. Ah, it's so frustrating. And what's so weird is when you come down in here, it's not underwater. Now, if we come all the way up over here, do we see water inside? No, we don't see any water inside. Like, what is going on? So buggy. Okay. And speaking of this side, let's open this up a little bit. Oh, this is, well, nobody can even see them. I was going to say, these roots poking through the ground is kind of cool. We could go through and like add a bunch of terrain and or plants in the ceiling so that the roots poke out, but nobody will see them. Maybe we'll do that on the floor. Maybe we'll do that on the floor. Oh, and then of course this is nice too because now we get some coaster supports in here, which I wasn't even thinking about that. This whole thing is just supported by nothing. Of course, we could always make some fake ones. I don't know if I want to take things that far though. I'm not really a huge fan of making my own coaster supports. I know that some people do it and they do a really good job of it and they use the basic primitive shapes in the game, but I'm not that excited about that. You know, I think just doing this is enough. Okay, now again, we got to be careful here. And where's it poking through? Right over here somewhere, I think it's poking through. Where is that? There's the water. Okay, low intensity and just a little pull. Okay. I'd like to get just a little bit more. It opened up again, didn't it? Nope, not yet. Okay. Okay. I want to get some more. I want to make sure that we got coaster supports in here. God, this is so fidgety. Dealing with the water and everything else. Okay, let's shrink this down. Can we get a coaster support in here? Like one more? Where's it going to show up at? It just no. I don't want water. What happens if we flatten? Do we get one? There. Okay. Now we got to close this up a little bit. So I want to use the smallest brush and lowest intensity. And of course it's doing nothing. We just got to close this, right? And as I move the mouse over the terrain, what I'm looking for is places where it kind of goes perpendicular to the terrain, because I don't want the terrain to go up and down. I want it to go like side to side. So like right there, if it would grow, that would have been good. Okay, come on, we're almost there. We almost got it. Okay, there we go. And we got the supports, and oh, we got another hole over here. Okay, let's close this up. And just like with the Lost Garden ride that we did, some of these really sharp polygons that you can see here in the terrain, they're not going to be that big of a problem when we go and we paint with the rock tool. The painting with the rock tool is very important. Oh, and then, okay. How do we fix this? Okay, there's got to be a way to get rid of this water here. Let's just take all the water out for a moment. Okay, so now it says that's as deep as we can make the water, which is not what I want. So, okay, let's see. Let's try chiseling away here a little bit. A little bit higher intensity. Is that chisel? No, that's flatten. I wanted chisel. It's not chiseling. Okay. And when I started working on all this, I said, let's work on it really quick because I really only wanted to work on this for a couple minutes this episode. And then I wanted to move on to like the chain lift, like the actual chain lift over here behind the monorail station. So much for really quick, huh? But I want to get this area straightened out. And then I don't want to have to come back and deal with it anymore. Because this is going to be one of the more finicky parts of this attraction. Is getting this satisfactory. Making it look appealing and realistic and all that kind of stuff. Okay, let's see. We can push away a lot over here, right? I think if we can get this like more straight up and down, we'll be able to get the water line higher. I think. Don't quote me on that. Okay, right here is kind of a problem area. So let's just kind of shove this stuff down. And let's get a smaller brush so that we can kind of... Yeah, okay, there we go. I want to get like a more vertical chiseling surface. Too much. Oh, we poked the hole in it right there. Let's go back just a little bit more. Okay, let's see if we can get the water level a little bit higher with that now. God, come on, I want to get it like up to here. Oh, now I can't put water anywhere in here. What the heck? Why not? I wish it told you something useful about why not. You know, I want to get the water like up to here. Oh, let's see. What do we do? Okay, that allowed it. All right, so we need to push some of this terrain away again, just a little bit. We're almost there. This is very fidgety. Okay. Now, this is the part where as soon as I push away too much, the water is going to leak in. There we go. This is working. Okay, it might just be that I need to, I just need to expand this outward a little bit over here on this side. Yeah, let's try this. Let's try this. Okay. And now we'll push. Too much. Okay. Now let's just see when they come back through here what that looks like. I think it's big enough. Okay, I think it's big enough. And can we push this back now a little bit? No. We absolutely can't push that anywhere. Yeah. Frustrating. Okay, and let's just fly in here and look at all this really quick. Okay. I think that's kind of okay. Now, what I want to do, I want to pick different water. What did we have before? Did we have standing water? I think we had standing water. No, I don't think we had standing water. Maybe we had rough water. Yeah, that looks like what we had before. Okay. And does it go all the way back in here like it's still supposed to? And what do we get over here on this side? Oh, man, and then we got to do this side. Ugh. All right. I wish we could push this terrain down lower. I want it lower. I want it like as low as possible to the water line. There you go. That's no good. I can't see the ride. I gotta move these things. Okay. Why does knocking this away up here let water in? That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, because it makes a little hole right there. But that doesn't make any holes. Why? This whole area right there is cursed. Can't touch it. Okay. Now, what about this? Can we get this like okay, if I smooth it from this side, it seems to bring it down a little bit without letting the water in. Okay. Oh. Ay. I don't understand why moving that lets in water. Like seriously, how does that let water in? How does the water get in there? How? Doesn't make any sense. And it makes a splash over there. Maybe there's some sort of problem over here. Because it splashes as if it's making contact with it over there. Is there a hole up here? No, there's no holes up here. Let's see. There's where the path is. So that spot's like right over here somewhere. I don't see any problems with that. Okay. And is there any way now to kind of like push this stuff? Smooth this out. Oh. Okay. It opened up right there. It opened up right there. It opened up right there. Yeah, we're dealing with such a thin spot. It almost feels like if we wanted this to work better, that we should make this part of the track go lower. You still see a funny little bump right there. Okay, any holes? Any holes up there? No. Okay, good. Now, I wonder if we knock the terrain out underneath here, and I don't know why it would be like this on here, but it just could be fun. Can we fill this with water? Could it look like an underground cave? All right, wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't it be neat? And let's see, maybe like over here, we got to push it down more. And maybe like right here. Now, how close are they coming to the crashing into the dirt here? Pretty close, right? So let's make this a little bit bigger. Okay. It's making a splash over there. I don't really like that. Okay, and we want to drop this stuff all down. Let's push our way back into the towards these terrain elements over here, and let's see. All right, now we're getting the same thing that we're getting on the other side. If we do the smooth tool, small brush, and we smooth it from this side, seems to go a little bit further than trying to do anything from the opposite side. Okay. And we'll make this look rocky or something like that. Okay, let's see what happens if we can fill it with water. Oh, we can. And I think in here we want dirty water. Yeah, filthy hepatitis causing water. Let's see. Yes, now we can put some stuff protruding out of the water in here. You know, like I don't know why this water would be in here to begin with. It doesn't even make sense to me. Maybe what we do is we just open up the wall here. So let's kind of. I don't even know what we're under right now. Let's see. Okay, I guess we're kind of underneath this thing. We're kind of underneath the mountain. Okay, and we kind of want to give the impression that this thing goes like way back, right? Without hitting the lagoon. Okay. So, as you fly into this thing, you come through here and you're like, why is there water in here? Well, I don't know. It comes from over there somewhere. Okay, so we have that. And let's see. I feel like we should smooth, I don't know, from here. Maybe to there. Or maybe just to there. Okay. And let's see. Let's get it down to let's get it down to 0. Okay, that's as good as that's going to get. All right, and so what's this look like as they fall down? Do we have decent angles here? I guess the angles are okay. This one probably needs to turn out a little bit. Probably. And so what does that do to the body when that's turned out like that? Eesh. Come on, smooth. Pain in the neck. All the collision is turned off, and it still won't do it. That's not promising. When you turn off all the collision and it still won't smooth, that's not good. Let's turn off auto tunnel. Maybe that's the problem. It's the auto tunnel. Okay. It was trying to carve the terrain and it couldn't do it. That is a really awkward. That's a really awkward element. Let's see. Where are they at? Okay, here they come. Let's see what they look like as they go down this. That's really awkward. I would like to see the G-forces. I don't know which ones. They look like they would be lateral G's because it's up and down for your body. Let's see what happens there. Nothing too terrible. Okay, let's pause it. And let's look at the other G-forces, the vertical. How high is that? Is that getting towards that 10? I don't know. It's getting pretty high there. And forward G-force is like never an issue. Let's unpause it and see what happens as they go back. Okay, so just looking at this section right there. The lateral G's are kind of okay. They're a little bit high over here, but it's tolerable. The vertical G's are pretty good. They're a little high here, but again, that's tolerable. And then the forward G's is no big deal. Fear is really high in here. Good, so it's exciting. Why is the fear so high over here? And then what's the nausea or sickness look like? Really high in there, huh? It must be. It's got to be because of this. Okay, we got to go clean this up, right? This is no good. The way this sits, it's no good. Let's get the heat map out of the way. I guess what we need to do is. I guess we need to turn it more this way. And maybe if we just take this whole thing and like... Okay, then we take these two. Okay, maybe that will make it better. I want to make sure that we get this back section of this coaster correct. Because then we can forget about it and go on to other things. Okay, and let's go ahead and speed the game up and unpause it. Okay, so here they come. And let's go ahead and turn on our lateral G's and regular speed. Okay, so much lower, I think. Although this is where we had the problem with the vertical G's. Let's see. Let's pause it. Much lower and spread out over a much further distance. And so now when we look at the nausea, it should be lower too. Yeah, it was hitting a 5. Now it's only a 4. And so that is better overall. So let's let it cruise back into the station and just see what our terrible rating is. 5, 4, and 1. So I think that this section of the coaster is okay. And let's just look at the speed. Because the other thing we could do, I mean, 71 miles per hour into this twist. You know, if they were coming in here at like let's say 40 miles per hour, then that would change things drastically, especially with the nausea. So one thing we could do is, as we build this, is right now they're coming in here about 50 miles per hour, and maybe a better speed would be about 40. And so let's just see what happens if we slap some trim brakes in there. And we change the target speed to 45, okay? And what we're looking for is we want to see how the sickness changes, and we want to see if they make it back through there. Okay, so let's do that this time. Okay, see the sickness is much lower, and they made it through okay. And the excitement actually went up by like a 1/100th of a point. And the fear went down. So coming into here, maybe about 40 miles per hour. Maybe somewhere between 40 and 50 miles per hour is going to be the sweet spot. So as we build the rest of this ride, we want to make sure that as they hit this element, they're going about 40 or 45 miles an hour, maybe 50, maybe 50. At the end of the ride, like when it's all done, if we feel the excitement is too low, we could probably get them going in here a little bit faster, and that will probably give them the speed they need. So anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. I think we kind of got this area, at least the track, mostly figured out. And you know, I'm kind of okay with this looking that way. So I think the track here is mostly figured out. We could always do like a twist or an inversion in here, like a barrel roll or something. And when we come back in the next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to work on the exit from the coaster station into the chain lift. And then we're going to kind of figure out how that goes back into the ride. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, and have a good afternoon.